Hello, hello, and welcome to the show, all of you lovely YouTubers out there. Because I say welcome to you YouTubers because I've actually already been streaming for a little bit, or, well, technically pre-stream. Boy howdy, it's been a while, hasn't it? Well, we are starting off a new game today. I know that I have the unfinished Undertale playthrough that I was doing for the streamings, but I sort of wanted to combine what I was doing in terms of both the Let's Plays on my channel and the streaming, because, quite frankly, streaming is, I think, one of the few ways that I'm going to be able to stay productive. As frustrating as that is, but I was already debating changing up the format to doing hour-long videos of Let's Plays and posting once a week, just to minimize how much time was spent actually uploading the videos. And I was thinking, if I'm going to be actually recording the gameplay at an hour-long interval at a time anyway, why not just stream the gameplay that I want to do? So, that brings me here today, and many people in the chat have already been watching me sit here and shoot the breeze for a while. I'm trying to maintain my language, I suppose. Probably a good idea, because YouTube has a lot of fun when it comes to demonetizing videos, I guess. Anyway, so today you will see a new background on the screen. You will see the chat hanging out over here in the over in the upper hand corner over here. You're not going to actually see it on the screen, but oh well. Upper right hand. Yeah, that's a good idea. Unfortunately, like I said, with the timing and everything that with the amount of time that I have to actually dedicate to this, as well as all of the other stuff that I'm hoping to start getting going on my channel, I had to rearrange where I'm going to be putting my focus in terms of time. So, probably not here, perhaps Lantern, but I don't think that I mind that necessarily in the Discord. Obviously, I have no issues with profanity in general. So anyway, what are we kicking off with today? What are we starting our new, format of gameplay going up on my channel through streaming and all of that stuff? Well, this one's going to seem familiar to those of you who have been on my channel for, say, the last decade or so, because I am coming up on 10 years having been on this channel, and I wanted to revisit something that I have been meaning to revisit for years. Now that I have the appropriate technology, now that I have all of the proper understanding of the game, or better understanding of the games, now that Inquisition is out, and now that they're teasing Dragon Age 4, but whatevs, I suppose that gave it away. I'm going to be playing Dragon Age Origins, so I may as well get that started. Yes, play that game, play that, okay. Now, let me know if the game audio ends up drowning me out at all. Hopefully that should not be the case. Let's see. Come on. There you are. It's going to be a little loud. Alright, let's go in and just double check that the game audio is going to be perhaps a smidge lower. Alright. So tell me, guys, can you hear the audio balance with my voice versus the game? Just let me know if there's anything, like if the game starts actually overpowering me. I can always adjust the sound and everything. Normally when I'm recording for Let's Plays, I do the sound checks all prior to actually beginning recording. Probably could have done that today, but I'm an idiot. Anyway, so as a little side note, and I've kind of pointed this out technically on my second playthrough of the game, I have a bunch of not just DLC, but also mods actually installed. Most of them are aesthetic mods, and some of them are going to have to be things that I uncheck or check when I actually get into the game, because of the way that modding works in Dragon Age is just like that. One of the major differences is that, again, most of them are aesthetic. The only gameplay-altering mod that I have installed is Quinn's Ultimate DAO Fix Pack 3.4 at this point. This is basically fixing all of the bugs in Dragon Age. Nothing changing the actual gameplay, but just making it so that the things that were installed in the main base game actually cooperate. I highly recommend it. If you haven't actually heard the news on it, it is out there, and I might see about adding a link to the description of this video. If I don't, then chalk that up to my terrible, terrible memory. Anyway. My voice is much louder than the game audio. Well, that should be how it should go. Because here's the thing, you watch the Let's Plays, you watch the streams and everything from my commentary, not necessarily the game itself, but I also appreciate that you guys are all here. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to start a new game, and we are going to start, it's been so long since I've actually done this, more than just booting up the game to test the mods. Anyway. The game is very quiet. Okay. Well, I'll bump it up a little bit. I should probably bump that and then that. Okay. So let me know, can you guys hear me still okay? Looks like it's still coming through quieter than my audio. Okay, of course, obviously the game audio cuts out just as I finally boost the audio. But for that brief second where they were actually interacting, can you hear me okay? And can you hear the game audio well enough? Okay. Well, again, let me know if it ever starts to overpower me. I'm relying on you guys live here in the stream to let me know. Because I really appreciate you who actually show up to these streams, because I know that, you know, I stream kind of intermittently as of late. Anyway, let's get started with the new game. I do love the soundtrack to this game. And so is the Golden City blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven, and doom upon all the world.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
So that's one hell of an introduction to this game. Pardon while I take a sip. 'Cause I'm a thirsty girl. So, welcome to the character creation screen. We are going to be creating the player character in this game. That introduction really helps to set the tone, and I feel like it's getting a little on the louder side. Okay. Alright. Okay. Looks like it's balanced pretty well. Again, let me know if any of the audio sounds wrong. Yeah, well, the thing is that the end of the world comes around every few hundred years. So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start what I consider to be my canon playthrough of Dragon Age. I've done 2 previous ones on the channel, but both of them were made trying to game the gameplay instead of actually play the game or tell a story. And that's something that I actually want to do consistently between all 3 games. So, I am going to be playing a female human mage. You have the option to choose between human, elf, and dwarf, and you can choose between the classes of warrior, mage, and rogue. Unfortunately, the only background that you can select for a mage is the mage background. If I were to select either warrior or rogue, and this is apparently a mod that was added, correcting the dress that you wear. Anyway, the only background you can take as a human, as either of those, is the human noble. The other options involve, a couple of them are, like, you can be a human elf or human or an elf mage. A human elf. That's actually possible, but that gets into later stuff. Or you can be a dwarf noble or a dwarf commoner, or you can be a Dalish elf or a city elf, and all of those things actually all intersect with the main plot. In fact, every one of these backgrounds are present in the game, in one form or another. So, it's not every 100 years, it's every few hundred years. And the thing is that there's a lot of complicated stuff, and we'll find out more about that as we actually play. So, one of the other things when I say that I have aesthetic mods is that there are some presets that are in here that are interesting. Some of them are more based on eye color, and some of them are various heads that have been downloaded. I'm going to start with this preset. Let's see. I think that's the skin tone I'm looking for. And so for female characters, you can adjust the makeup. For male characters, you can adjust the, like, beard and other facial features along those lines. Law's a wizard, Harry. Absolutely. Let's see. Now, the thing is that has irritated Dragon Age fans with every single release has been the fact that they never give a decent fucking character creation lighting. Alright, that's gonna be good. Okay, I think that's a good color. Alright. It's gonna look terribly gaudy when we actually get to the actual screen. Let's see. Oh, the eyeshadow color is not changing. What? Oh, because it was really soft, and for some reason her eyes just default to pink. Okay. Let's see, where's... Is that blue? Okay, I'm gonna have to kick up the intent. That's a type of blue. Alright. Okay, so that's really super dark, and I'm not gonna keep it this intense. I just need to actually see the color. Red. Purple, pink, orange. Like a faint blue? Oh, God. Okay. So, knock down the intensity of the blue a little bit, and that's gonna... because it's gonna be bad when we actually get to the full game. Character creation takes a long time if you're taking it seriously. Now, options in terms of character creation here is you can give her a tattoo, which I'm not gonna do, especially not any of these, because a lot of them are elf-specific. I do like that tattoo, but she's not gonna have a tattoo. Now, let's see, in terms of the hair, I have some mods in here as well. Not all of them are great, and some of them will clip terribly. Some of them just look terrible. And I don't remember all of where... let's see. I think... yeah, this is going to be probably the closest that I'm going to be able to get to my envisioned version of this character. Let's see. There is a specific... oops, that's kind of purpley. And again, it's hard to tell in this lighting because... alright, I think... okay, that's the kind of blackout I'm looking for. You know, because the face is the main thing. If you... in terms of being able to modify the actual body, not a lot of games allow you to customize the body. Now, of course, I'm spending a lot of time on the face, by the way, but it's actually not, you're not going to see the face. Well, you will see the face in certain cutscenes. Okay. Anyway, eye color. There is a specific shade that I'm going for. No. Let's see. Let's see. I'm, like, trying to cycle through, because this character is going to have blue eyes. I say as I give her demon eyes. Really demon eyes. Okay, that's super blue, and that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, I think I passed it. So, I could have probably just started us off here, like in the character creation screen after I'd already made the character, but, you know, such is what it is. Now, for a lot of people, the character creation is something that is so vitally important. Oh, eyebrows. I should probably adjust the eyebrows to the right color. Yeah, having blonde eyebrows with black hair would raise questions, I think. Okay. I think those work. Anyway. Adding tattoos and... they don't really add much to the body in terms of modification because that takes a few too many factors to have to try and account for when it comes to character creation, that it would just make it really difficult to keep up with, unfortunately. To be able to actually code for, because there are so many variations and so many animations that have to go into the character design. Let's see. A little bit. And a little bit. Alright. I think... yeah. Now you can even adjust things like the portrait... background. Tend to go for blue. And you can even adjust the expression that the character wears in their portrait. So a faint smile feels right for this character. And you can even pick out the voice set that this character will be barking in the middle of battle. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, it is gone. Greetings. Greetings. Charmed.
Greetings. How do you do?
Greetings. Charmed.
I'm gonna go with sultry.
Oh, there went the spell. Not working. Move aside, please.
Not that I would classify this as sultry, but...
Farewell.
Anyway, so what am I going to name her? Well, this is a name that will be familiar to some of you, but probably new to many of you. Evelyn Amell. And I believe she's technically also wearing... No, those are the correct... I think those are the correct robes? Huh. Anyway. Yep, this is Dragon Age. And we'll be able to get into what this game is about. Let's see. I think that's pretty good. So obviously, you're just going to see these stats. These are pretty standard. Strength, dexterity, willpower, magic, cunning, and constitution. Cunning would basically be like intelligence. Willpower affects things like how much stamina you have or how much mana you have. Magic affects the actual potency of your magic. And I'm going to drop a point into coercion because I'm one of those people where I like to roleplay being able to convince people to your side, to be diplomatic. That's where I tend to fall. But yes, this is one of those games that has been very important to me for a long time. Okay, so I have 2 spell points to spend, and there are many fields that you can use and have different... that can be very useful to use. But I'm going to go with the duel of Winter's Grasp and Flame Blast, because one of them is sort of an area effect and one of them is a direct attack. Anyway, all of that said, let's get this playthrough started, and let's introduce you to Evelyn Amell, as well as her background. And yeah, I'm playing on easy because I'm not skilled as a player. I enjoy the story, but anyway.
On a cliff overlooking the dark waters of Lake Calenhad stands the Tower Fortress that is home to the Circle of Magi. This tower is the only place in Ferelden where mages may study their art among others of their kind. Within the high stone walls, the Circle practices its magic and trains apprentices in the proper use of their powers. But the Circle Tower is as much a prison as a refuge. The ever-vigilant Templars of the Chantry watch over all mages, constantly alert for any sign of corruption. This gilded cage is the only world you know. Found to be sensitive to magic at a young age, you were torn from your family and grafted here as an apprentice. Now, that apprenticeship is nearly over. All that remains is the final test, the Harrowing.
Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Thus spoke the prophet Andraste as she cast down the Tevinter Imperium, ruled by mages who had brought the world to the edge of ruin. Your magic is a gift, but it's also a curse. For demons of the Dream Realm, the Fade, are drawn to you, and seek to use you as a gateway into this world.
This is why the Harrowing exists. The ritual sends you into the Fade, and there you will face a demon, armed with only your will.
Hi, Steve Bloom. Anyway, yeah, the combat in this game is ridiculously clunky, unfortunately, but we'll get to that when it actually becomes relevant, which is going to be fairly shortly. But anyway, one of the nice things about this game is that you actually get various dialogue options, and because they don't actually voice the protagonist of this game, you actually end up getting more options for role-playing with, as opposed to later games in the series where you're given a much more select arsenal of things to reply with, because they only want to pay people so much for doing voice work for video games. Anyway, just gonna check something real quick. Hang on. Oh! Well, for those of you who are tuning into the YouTube portion and not so much necessarily the pre-stream portion, you may know that I normally have a special guest that joins me for streams. This special guest has been occupied today, but it looks like he may be able to join us, so Alright, I'm going to give him a quick call. Hello?
I am here.
Yep, that's it. That's correct. Alright. Hello, Griffin. CyberneticPinkeye. Any number of names. No, you don't get to felicitate anyone. Anyway. So normally I have my special guest with me and we just talk shit over whatever I'm actually playing because it doesn't take a lot of dialogue and there's not a lot of talking going on. However, and I'm going to request that if it comes to a non-cutscene moment, I'll vocalize it. That's correct. That's the word.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's probably going to be more focused on letting people actually talk.
Yeah.
But
Funny how that works out in a story-driven game.
yes. So, since I'm in the beginning and the very middle of the opening cutscene, I hope you don't mind if I resume.
Not at all.
All right. People are waving to you in the chat. That's awesome. All right. So, we have just been offered to enter the Fade, so to speak. And this is going to be a challenge, and there's a lot that's going on with the mages that I hope will be pretty clear even early on in this playthrough.
Yes.
I'm going to choose I am ready.
Know this, apprentice. If you fail, we Templars will perform our duty. You will die.
Okay, thanks.
This is Lyrium, the very essence of magic, and your gateway into the Fade.
The Harrowing is a secret out of necessity, child. Every mage must go through this trial by fire. As we succeeded, so shall you. Keep your wits about you. And remember, the Fade is a realm of dreams. The spirits may rule it, but your own will is real.
The apprentice must go through this test alone, first encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Are ready.
So he was trying to coach her. It's almost like he's showing some favoritism. And I think Irving just noticed. Or Gregor. Irving is the one that... Anyway.
Yes.
I don't know why I keep confusing the two.
Semantics.
They are polar opposites. And yet, everyone ships them. So, here we are in the Fade, and if it looks a little distorted to you, that's because it is. We're in the Dream Realm. And, I gotta do something.
A Twilight Zone, if you will.
So, I'm going to save here, and then I'm going to go back to the main screen. Why? Because I've got downloadable content, and I need to actually pop those on. So let's see. It's going to occupy a huge chunk of my inventory space. Alright, was there anything else I had? Nope. Those are all now on. Now that's one of the things with these mods that I have, is that you actually have to start the game with them unchecked and then reload when you actually have the game going, and now I have many things in my inventory that I did not have before.
Yeah, some games are picky that way.
Huh. Interesting. I don't have the Wings of Velvet. That's frustrating. Well, that didn't work! Which is actually also a common phrase here. And in fact, I'm missing many things that I want. Great! My mods are working out fantastic. Okay.
I mean, just give the computer a slap upside the console. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Vase of Healing with Shimmering Orbs. So, one of the things that you do in this game is you can observe things and you can get codices added to your journal, and you get extra little tidbits that help to explain certain things about the world. I don't think that I have the voice or the time to actually go through and read every last single codex. Oh, and here we are in combat. So, you may notice that I have paused. This is actually, you can get a tactical view. You can zoom in to be on level, or you can actually zoom out to get a sort of third-person tactical view. I tend to prefer being live in the action. I don't tend to worry too much about tactics, and that's why I play on easy. Anyway, So,
Also, don't think I didn't see that comment, Dork Princess. It's much appreciated.
what?
Picture, if you will.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to do a magic spell. Oh, what? And I hate that running while in combat mode is somehow slower than when you're running casually. When you would want to move faster when you're in combat. Oh, fuck you. Alright. Yep. So combat will eventually have companions, and they will be taking up extra things that you need to do. Taking up a lot of the things like, say, being a tank. Or the roguey stuff, like, you know, running around in the darkness and killing things with stabby in the dark and all of that stuff. I'm being terribly verbose with this. But anyway.
I think you've got the point across.
Oh. And here.
Someone else thrown to the wolves, as fresh and unprepared as ever. It isn't right that they do this, the Templars. Not to you, me, anyone.
The Templars have problems with mice? So, options here. Is this the Fade? You're a talking rat. No, it isn't right at all. I will succeed, right or not. So, this character that I'm playing as is supposed to be fairly competent and actually know something. So, I will succeed, whether this is right or not.
Well, you say that now. So have many others before you. Look at me. Look at what can happen. It's always the same. But it's not your fault. You're in the same boat I was, aren't you? Allow me to welcome you to the Fade. You can call me, well, Mouse.
Mouse. Also, you may notice that he is wearing blue robes. In the very default version of this game, he has red robes, and I will point out later why this would have been... why that would have been incorrect. Anyway. You took the Harrowing?
It's fuzzy, that time before. They wake you up in the middle of the night and drag you to the Harrowing chamber. And then, the Templars kill you if you take too long, you see. They figure you failed, and they don't want something getting out. That's what they did to me, I think. I have no body to reclaim, and you don't have much time before you end up the same.
Well, that sucks. I'm sorry for what happened.
Don't waste time with that talk. You don't want to end up like this. There's something here, contained, just for an apprentice like you. You have to face the creature, a demon, and resist it. If you can. That's your way out. Or your opponents, if the Templars wouldn't kill you. A test for you. A tease for the creatures of the Fade.
Why pit me against such a creature?
A question for those in the tower. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to ask. Maybe someday, so will I. There are others here. Other spirits. They will tell you more. Maybe help. If you can believe anything you see. I'll follow, if that's all right. My chance was long ago. But you may have a way out.
Never apologize for a good pun,
Dangerous
Waffle Man.
spirit is not far. Don't go near it unless you're ready to fight.
Okay. Now I have a tiny rat following me around. Well, actually, it's a huge-ass rat. Look at that. That's a fucking huge-ass rat! It's like...
Rodents of unusual size?
Yes! Fuck you.
Also, I saw someone in the comments say, I dubbed this rat Dave, and I was damn tempted to go, well, that sure was a mystery, and goddamn if it didn't get solved. Squeak.
The creature can be anywhere, but it manifests there.
So it manifests here. A creature of the Fade shows up here. And I wanted to point this out because I actually missed it the first time I ever played this path. They've got a scarecrow here. One with, let's see, what looks like a mage hat at the very tip of it, and sticking out of the mouth, a fishing pole. This is the lure that they plant here for creatures of the Fade to be drawn to. A demon. As he says, a tease for creatures. Yeah, okay. Okay, good, just take a lightning bolt to the face, that's great.
Me.
Alright. Can you fucking stop?
God damn it, Waffle Man.
What?
With
Oh
the
my
rest,
God.
with the rest.
Okay. Anyway.
Another spirit this way.
Hmm.
It never seemed equal to its name to me.
Ha. Okay. Spirit of Valor. So one of the things that you will actually see in the Fade is that there are demons and there are spirits, and there is a differentiation between them, but it seems more along the lines of what they choose to align themselves with. So,
Another mortal thrown into the flames and left to burn, I see. Your mages have devised a cowardly test. Better you were pitted against each other to prove your mettle with skill, and to be sent unarmed against a demon.
huh. You know why I'm here? Yes, hello, cat. I know. I know.
You are not the first sent here for such testing, nor shall you be the last, I suspect. That you remain means you have not yet defeated your hunter. I wish you a glorious battle to come.
Well, what kind of spirit are you?
I am Valor, a warrior spirit. I hone my weapons in search of the perfect expression of combat.
What else do you know about the Harrowing?
Is that what your test is called? I know little of your mortal ways. I do know that a demon has been called, told that a meal awaits. It will not, cannot leave until one of you is dead.
So there was the fanfare of being hosted. Thank you for that. And it was right after one of the things that Valor just said.
Oh,
So.
God.
Did you create all of these weapons?
They are brought into being by my will. I understand that in your world, mages are the only ones who can will things into being. Those mortals who cannot must lead such hollow, empty lives.
Would one of these weapons affect the demon?
Without a doubt. In this realm, everything that exists is the expression of a thought. Do you think these blades be steel? The staves be wood? Do you believe they draw blood? A weapon is a single need for battle, and my will makes that need reality. Do you truly desire one of my weapons? I will give one to you, if you agree to duel me first. Valor shall test your mettle as it should be tested.
Huh. I don't think I have the willpower up enough to actually stand up to him. And what are the rules of this duel?
If I believe you capable of slaying the demon, I will stop the duel and give you the staff. If I find you unworthy, I will slay you. I trust those rules are simple enough to remember, mortal.
It's time to duel! Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, I agree to your duel, Valor, because I kinda need a weapon, I think.
As you wish, mortal. Do you understand the rules I explained to you?
No. Yes, I understand them.
Our duel begins now. Fight with Valor!
Alright. Oh, you're gonna just come right at me. Okay, you literally complained about sending me unarmed against a demon, but you're armed and I'm not armed. What the fuck?
I mean...
Oh, no one here is dead. They're just spirits. That doesn't mean they're actually dead.
I guess he's just trying to prove a point.
I should probably use the correct button while I'm trying to do things.
That might be a good idea, yes.
God.
Your strength is sufficient to the task. The staff is yours.
Well, I guess I was able to defeat him as
I
he
guess.
stands on fire. That's great.
This is fine.
He's fine. Of course it is. Attack. Thank you.
May you find glory in all your achievements, mortal.
Alright, thank you. Alright, I guess you're just on fire now. That's fine.
Oh no, he's hot!
Go to your room.
Hey, blame Star Princess.
Brush your teeth. Well, because that's also pretty good, but I don't need to improve my blood magic. Anyway. And now I'm just crouched, ready to fucking punch a bitch. Oh, okay. Hi, Mouse. Hey, by the way, Mouse, I want to chat with you for a second.
It is dangerous to be out in the open like this. Not that hiding helps much in the Fade.
How have you survived here so long?
I missed my chance. So I became small. Unnoticeable. I hide from the bigger things. Learn from the smaller things. There are places you can hide where the shadows go on forever. You stay there long enough, and the shadows begin to creep inside of you. I don't know how long it's been. Forever, maybe.
Yeah, that's not exactly selling me on the idea that you're okay. Why make us face a spirit or demon for the harrowing?
Because they're sadistic bastards, that's why. And I'm not talking about demons.
You're not wrong.
Everyone must face the harrowing because there's a small chance a mage might become possessed and become an abomination. Thrown to the mercy of a demon when you're at your weakest. For the safety of all.
Well, they teach that abominations are extremely dangerous.
But how many mages have met their fate in tests like this over the centuries? Don't those lives matter as well?
Well, yes.
It's either that or they turn you into a freak. A tranquil who can't be possessed, but who also can't feel anything. Ever. The circle is a prison. You have choices between joining and suffering various deaths of body or spirit. Remember that.
Oh, believe me, I'm going to remember that, especially as we get further into this series. But, excuse me for coughing. Time to replenish my quenching.
Yes. Oh, so you take care, Waffle.
Yes, thank you for dropping by. They're harrowings because they want to prove that the mage can actually resist being possessed. So this doesn't actually make you an abomination, unless you... like, as opposed to... Okay. So mages are actually susceptible to being possessed by demons. They have an unconscious connection to the Fade, and are really easy to plunge into it and be aware in this dream world, as well as this sort of afterlife place. Because they are so susceptible to that kind of thing, demons can actually make deals with them, tempt them, and even affect them. Ah, well, thank you for cheering. Anyway, can affect them and end up possessing them through whatever deals they end up making with them. The point of the harrowing is to force a demon into the mage so that the mage can then resist that possession. So, if they are able to resist that possession, then it shows or demonstrates the ability of that mage to probably continue resisting possession throughout their lives. So that's why they do the harrowing, is to try and have a little bit of a, okay, this is how we know that they're not going to run off and make deals with demons.
Yes. Also, I love how abomination in these games is one of the most specific and yet one of the most vague terms in Dragon Age. Like, because an abomination could be anything. Like, if we're talking about the dictionary definition. Like...
Yes.
And it's used for a very specific thing in Dragon Age.
Anyway, yes, the cat has opinions. Anyway, is there no way that I can help you get out of here?
Out of here? Out of the Fade? I don't know. I don't have a body waiting for me. It's not something I try to think about. Stay here too long and it's like being adrift. Pieces of you float away until you're not even a memory.
Are you certain?
I have no example to compare myself against. Only people like you, taking the Harrowing. Mages, real ones that come here. They ignore me. They think I'm a spirit pretending to be me. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's just get you out of here.
And hello, no dragons have been slayed yet. I'm still in the introduction.
Yes.
Oh, autosave. As we all know, when the game autosaves, it usually means fantastic things are coming.
Just the best.
And every time you kill a new enemy, it actually makes a notice in the actual codex.
Codex of ultimate wisdom.
Oh, fuck! I was not expecting the come from behind wolf.
I want you to think about what you just said.
What was wrong with what I said?
Cautious.
Don't
There
even
is another
worry about
spirit here. Not the one hunting you, but still.
Yes, exactly, Brian. Anyway. So. Well, this is labeled Sloth Demon.
So, you are the mortal being hunted. And the small one, is he to be a snack for me?
I don't like this. He's not going to help us. We should go.
No matter. The demon will get you eventually. And perhaps there will even be scraps left.
What an upstanding person. And yes, Dawn, gee, it's almost like mages have zero choices in life. It's almost like they're forced into prison at a very young age, whenever it is that they manifest their magical ability, have every aspect of their life supervised and run by an external authority, and are put through an incredibly, well, harrowing test just to prove that they're not gonna fall susceptible to demon possession. It's almost like, I mean, if they fail, by the way, they either get killed, or if they choose not to even take the test, they're made tranquil, and we're going to see what that means coming up. But not right now.
Right after these messages.
Right after these messages of talking with a demon. Anyway. What kind of spirit are you?
It's a demon. Maybe even more powerful than the one chasing after you.
Be gone. Surely you have better things to do than bother sloth, mortal. I tire of you already.
Flop. I need help defeating it. Well, why are you called Sloth? What are you?
I am a spirit of sloth. Yes, a creature of the Fade. Unlike yourself, mortals are ever the visitors here. Still, you serve your function. Only the mortals like yourself are truly annoying.
Mortals like myself?
You are aware. A mortal with power and will. The sort of creature that some spirits hunger for. I might be inclined for such a meal myself. It would be interesting to see the mortal world through your eyes, live inside your form. But I am disinclined to begin such a struggle.
Lucky me.
Indeed. Now, what do you want with me?
I need help defeating a demon.
You have a very nice staff. Why would you need me?
Go. Use your weapon, since you have earned it. Be valorous.
He looks powerful. It might be possible that he could teach you to be like him.
Like me? You mean teach the mortal to take this form? Why? Most mortals are too attached to their forms to learn the change. You, on the other hand, little one, might be a better student. You let go of the human form years ago.
I don't think I'd make a very good bear. How would I hide?
Poorly. Well, hiding doesn't solve anything. We need to face our fears.
I have faced more in this place than you can imagine. Fear is just one more thing. But you are right. Hiding doesn't help. I'm sorry, it's the Fade. It changes you. I'll try. I'll try to be a bear. If you'll teach me.
That's nice. But teaching is so exhausting. Away with you now.
I told you he wasn't going to help us.
I just love I'm willing to try to learn to be a bear. That's nice, but, go away.
Also, I just realized something.
Yes?
A spirit based on the sin of sloth that's shown to be fairly hungry and also has the appearance of a bear.
Pooh?
Oh, bother.
The thing is that I don't know if you can hear his tone of voice at all, but I was actually thinking the same thing earlier.
Of course you were.
Because we never really leave the hive mind. So, Dawn, have we found you in this game? Oh, no. Okay, going back to this. Mouse wants... Shush. Mouse wants to learn. Teach him.
You wish to learn my form, little one? Then I have a challenge for your friend. Answer 3 riddles correctly, and I will teach you.
Riddles?
And I will devour you both. The decision is yours.
Huh. Well, I accept your challenge, Sloth.
Truly? Well, this gets more and more promising. My first riddle is this. I have seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, mountains without land. What am I?
So let's see if anyone in the chat can guess what this is before I actually end up picking the correct answer. I have seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, mountains without land. What am I? Shush! Yes. Yep, you guys got it. It is a map.
Correct. Let's move on. The second riddle. I'm rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. What am I?
I'm rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. What am I? What is your favorite color? What is...
No, yellow!
Alright. What's the meaning of the universe?
42.
Of course we know that one. Anyway. Yes. A lot of these would be pretty close, but... my tongue.
Yes, your witty tongue. Fair enough. One more try, shall we? Often will I spin a tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, but alas, you won't remember me. What am I?
Often will I spin a tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, but alas, you won't remember me. What am I? You're a YouTuber.
I mean...
Obnoxious, lazy, and unwilling to do anything unless he's going to get an immediate benefit? Yeah, that sounds like a YouTuber. Yes!
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I mean, actually, if you do that, it does actually help me out. So those of you who are watching this on YouTube later, if you want to just hit those buttons and, hey, give me your feedback, I would actually appreciate it. That said, I understand how obnoxious it is that everyone keeps asking you to do that. So I'm not going to require it or anything, but it actually does help out your favorite YouTubers if you decide to do that.
Yeah, believe me, none of us actually like saying it.
No one actually likes saying, please engage with my video. But if you do engage with a video, YouTube goes, oh, they're paying attention to this video. Okay, well, let's promote this YouTuber so that more people can see them. But yes, anyway, the answer is a dream.
You are correct. Rather apropos here in Fade, no? But you've won my challenge and proven yourself an amusing distraction. So, I shall teach you my form. Now, listen carefully.
Like this? Am I a bear? It feels heavy.
Close enough. Go then, and defeat your demon, or whatever you intend to do. I grow weary of your mortal prattling.
And now Mouse is a bear.
This way before. It's strange.
Yeah, he's a prettier bear because he's not a demon. Okay. The Templar simply killed you?
That is what happens to the physical bodies of apprentices who fail. They'd kill every mage if they could. All the Templars see in magic is danger. And they don't just use the Harrowing. If you learn a little too much, they'll label you a blood mage and kill you on sight. True mages like you know that the power you hold is a gateway to greater things. A potential they can never hope to contain.
Isn't there also the option of the Rite of Tranquility?
Be turned into an emotionless freak? That is what it is, you know? To never dream, never feel. Even demons abhor them. But I suppose that is the trade-off. They can't be possessed, as if that is worse than losing yourself. You don't want to lose yourself here. Being nothing would be easier than this.
Do you want to die?
I think you should finish your harrowing.
Huh. And he immediately cuts off the conversation, and Mouse! That's not where you put your head. That's not an appropriate place for your head. That's really
not outside the Fade, no.
That's not an appropriate place. Oh my god, you're licking the air.
Also, the fact that we now have a bear named Mouse, it reminds me of this children's book I had when I was a little kid called A Porcupine Named Fluffy.
Okay.
Anyone in chat remember that?
So now we're being attacked by multiple people, but we have a companion who can actually help us.
Yes. Yeah, Star knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, I managed to only attack one. Are you laughing? Evelyn? Oh, I forgot to check this twisted structure. You actually gain experience, so even if you don't end up reading the codexes or codices, they help you to level up, and, you know, the more levels you can gain in this game, the better.
Yeah.
And I will say, because it was mentioned earlier, actually, that A Song of Ice and Fire did actually influence this game, but it is also its own universe. Alright. And I think we've had every conversation that we're going to have with Mouse.
And there is a spirit of rage.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna also save. We're just opening up. Our canon heroine is a psychopath. Yeah, possibly.
I mean...
Anyway. Hi, demon. I'm right here. Are you gonna come get me? Are you gonna attack? Are you here for me, or...?
Just enjoying the view, I suppose.
Aw, they're cuddling! Well, now he's inside of her. Okay. Aw, that's actually almost cute. I think I'm a little too close to the demon.
Mayhaps.
A bear is a spirit of hibernation. You're not wrong.
And so it comes to me at last.
I've been here.
Soon I shall see the land of the living with your eyes, creature. You shall be mine, body and soul.
So I will say this. Rage demons are actually pretty low. Rage and hunger tend to be the lowest. Sloth is a mid-range. Lust is on the higher end, and the highest tier of the demons is pride. So this guy's a pretty small fry, all things considered. Alright. It's 2 against 1. You really want to fight us both?
Amusing. Have you not told it of all arrangement, Mouse?
Arrangement?
We don't have an arrangement. Not anymore.
Oh. And after all those wonderful meals we have shared, now suddenly the mouse has changed the rules.
I'm not a mouse now, and soon I won't have to hide. I don't need to bargain with you.
We shall see.
Alright, well... Alright, and you, I'm going to have you attack that bitch over there.
Of course.
Alright. Gonna take you out over there. Yep. And finally, that's a dead demon.
You did it. You actually did it. When you came, I hoped that maybe you might be able to, but I never really thought any of you were worthy.
The ones you betrayed before me. What were their names?
What? They were not as promising as you. It was a long time ago. I don't remember their names. I don't even remember my own name. It's the Fade, and the Templars killing me, like they tried with you.
I understand necessity. Or anything to survive. Like an animal. Or worse.
I am what the Fade has made me. Am I to blame for that? Deciding to exist or not exist is not a fair choice. I had no hope. You have shown me other possibilities. If you want to help, there may be a way for me to leave here, to get a foothold outside. You just need to want to let me in.
Uh-huh. I'm starting to think the other demon wasn't my test.
What? What do you... Of course it was. What else is here that could harm an apprentice of your potential? You are a smart one.
Simple killing is a warrior's job. The real dangers of the Fade are preconceptions, careless trust, pride. Keep your wits about you, mage. True tests never end.
Yeah, so he wasn't the ally he pretended to be. Oh, thank goodness he has a head.
Say something, please.
Now he's
Okay.
just somebody that we used to know.
Go brush your teeth. Remember what I said about pride being really high up in the hierarchy? That was a pride demon. Pride demon tried to work its way through my character here. Anyway, the reason why I remarked about this individual having a head is because in some of my previous attempts at modding this game, there was a conflict between two different files that causes his head to be invisible, to just not show up. Thankfully, that is not the case here. Anyway, Jowan?
Oh, I'm glad you're all right. They carried you in this morning. I didn't even realize you'd been gone all night. I've heard about apprentices who never come back from Harrowings. Is it really that dangerous? What was it like?
Well, it was a test. We're friends, but don't ask this. You know I can't tell you.
So much for friendship. I'll leave you alone then. And now you get to move to the nice mage's quarters upstairs. I'm stuck here and I don't know when they'll call me for my harrowing.
Well, they'll summon you to the test when you're ready.
I've been here longer than you have. Sometimes I think they just don't want to test me.
Well, doesn't everyone go through a harrowing?
The Tranquil never go through a harrowing. You do the harrowing, the rite of tranquility, or you die. That's what happens.
Yeah, there's only those 3 options at this point. Anyway. I mean, what does this have to do with you?
If they don't call apprentices to the harrowing, it probably means tranquility.
Stop looking at the camera.
I've seen the Tranquil around the tower, like Owain who runs the stockroom. He's so cold. No, not even cold. There's just nothing in him. It's like he's dead but still walking. His voice, his eyes are lifeless.
Yeah, this game has a very interesting version of basically a lobotomy. Being made tranquil, they literally disconnect your brain from the Fade, so that you lose all emotions and a lot of your free will, as a matter of fact, which they often use to exploit for the service of things like making money and selling goods to outsiders and all of that stuff. Yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely fucking terrible. Did he choose to become tranquil?
He's been made tranquil. I don't know how they
That's
do
not
it.
an answer to the question I
Cut
asked.
off from the Fade. It takes away your magic abilities, along with your dreams and emotions.
How awful.
Apprentices can ask to be made tranquil if they fear the harrowing, but the Circle also forces tranquility on those they feel are weak, and sometimes they force it upon apprentices they think might be too dangerous as mages. I shouldn't waste your time with this. I was supposed to tell you to see Irving as soon as you woke up.
Huh. What for?
He didn't tell me. About the harrowing, I'd guess, but you'd never know with Irving. You'd better not keep him waiting. We can speak later.
Okay.
Did you hear anything? Is she all right? Is she awake?
Why do you care? Are you best friends now?
I'm just curious. That Templar, Cullen, said it was the quickest, cleanest harrowing he'd ever seen. He says she's very talented and very brave.
Well, he would, wouldn't he?
I just know I'll be terrified when my time comes. Like Wendell was. He'd throw up every day for the next week just thinking about it.
Okay, I guess that conversation's done. Bye. Apprentice mage.
Jowan's been acting weird all day. Have you seen him?
So one of the weird things about this game is that the elves tend to speak with a very American accent, whereas everyone else tends to speak with an English accent. Alright. Let's see. Will there be another harrowing? Don't know.
Yeah, there's no one here.
Hi.
Always watching. I swear it's like the walls have eyes. Shh.
Did you hear about that apprentice they're going to send for? Acolyte staff. Yay! What's up, guys?
Yes, is there something you need?
Well, that's a big door.
Yes, it is. Do you need something, or are you just here to state the obvious?
Can you open the door?
The Knight Commander would have my head if I did that. Besides, I hear it takes no less than 4 grown men to open this door.
I can't leave then?
No, you may not. I'm surprised you ask. I would have thought you'd be used to this idea by now.
Well, why can't I leave?
Only mages on official
She is
circle
almost as
business
though mages are
allowed to
impressed
leave the
people.
tower, and the first enchanter has not informed us of any mages leaving the tower today.
Yeah, no, Steve Blum is all over this game. He's got his voice in, like, at least 5 different, like, named characters. Yeah, they speak with an English accent. The elves speak with an American. You're going to find a couple of other accents in here, but yeah. Is this the only way out of the tower?
The only safe one, as far as I know. There are windows on the higher levels, but surely you don't need me to warn you of the dangers of leaping from them. It never ends well.
What's out there?
For Eldon, it's not very interesting. Mostly farms, the occasional river.
The fuck you think you're doing, Cat? That ain't for you. He was sticking his nose where it didn't go. I should get going.
Make a smile fortune on you.
Yeah, thanks. So, we're not allowed to leave.
Shocker.
Oh, another acolyte staff.
I wonder when I'll get to go for my harrowing.
Probably never, actually. Whoops, I shouldn't spoil things.
I mean,
Do. What's up?
game's been up for a solid.
Once in a while.
Like someone of dabbling in blood magic.
Oh.
Why would anyone do something so stupid? That's a death sentence. That's what I hear anyway.
Huh. They were just talking about they suspect an apprentice of using blood magic. Blood magic, which is apparently powerful. Runes are an aspect of this game, and they will explain it eventually, involving things that you can equip to, like, armor and weapons and stuff.
We heard you pass the harrowing.
Yes. Alright, I guess that's all you had to say. Buckle of the winds. Buckle up. Okay. Well, that's gonna be fun for, selling. I mean, not that there's actually an economy in here, but... Cabinet! Ooh, a lyrium potion. So, lyrium, by the way, is... this game's...
Crack.
Yes, actually. But also, it serves many things. It's a metal that pretty much exclusively grows in the Fade, or underground. Where the dwarves live. And it's rather interesting, as a matter of fact, because it has the effects of restoring mana for mages, or giving them the ability to do really powerful rituals. It basically heightens magic. It also is highly addictive, and it gives Templars the ability to fight mages. How do Templars fight mages? They have the ability to nullify their magic. Anyway. Shelves!
Yes.
Blank. You know, fuck it. I'm not gonna fill up my inventory with that shit.
Must control the fire with your will. Keep the flames steady. We don't want it sputtering and leaping about. That's what causes most of the injuries.
Injuries? But...
Steady. It reacts to your emotions. If you panic, it will... No. Breathe. You know, in my experience, flint and tinder works just as well. Maybe we should start with that.
I'm just gonna levitate. I hope that's okay with you guys.
Was the harrowing scary? It must have been. Why else would they call it that?
What did you say?
I was just saying, when in Rome.
Oh, yes. Hey, what's going on?
I hope you've spoken to the first enchanter. He seems eager to see you.
Also, that's a demon skull. Awesome. I'm gonna stand on top. Oh my god.
I've only burnt myself once today. I think that's progress.
Evelyn! Stop showing off! Yeah.
I hear Irving's waiting to give you your mage robes.
What am I wearing then?
You remember what the chantry says about magic?
Oh, side note. So I mentioned earlier that, the robes that Mouse was wearing originally were red. But he keeps saying that he was an apprentice who was killed, but apprentices wear blue. Red is for senior mages. So, literally right out the gate, they gave an accidental clue that he was not what he said he was. So.
Magic must serve man, and not rule over him.
Very good. And what do you think that means? Can anyone tell me?
Only boys can do magic.
Hey!
No, that's not what it means.
It means that magic should be used to help people, but we can't use our magic to force people to do what we want.
That's right. We should not abuse the gift the Maker has given us.
Hi.
Being in the tower is much better than being on the farm.
I don't think so.
Have you ever seen an abomination?
No, but that was a pretty abominable way of speaking. What? Yeah.
The Templars scare me. They always look so mean.
Yeah, they should scare you. Stay away from them.
I remember when you were this age. Adorable.
I was not adorable. Fuck you.
I remember when you were this age. Adorable.
I perfected my ice spells yesterday.
Excellent. Go fuck yourself. Oh, God.
If I had put all my power behind that spell, you would have been obliterated. I am not your enemy. Fear is your enemy. It is a weakness that can be exploited. Should you face a demon with your will wavering so, it would consume you. Is that what you want? No? Then stand firm and know you can resist whatever I throw at you. Again.
Oh. Huh. Well, that's good to know. Where were you going? Why were you running? What did you have to do that was so important? What?
How does it feel to be done with the harrowing?
Pretty harrowing. Book! Mana and the use of magic. Hey, bitch.
Congratulations on your test.
It's a harrowing. It's called a harrowing. I'm gonna run into books.
I can't wait for my harrowing.
You might have to.
That's one way to take in information.
I'm sorry, what?
I suppose that's one way to take in information, running into books.
That's not how you take in information. That's how you ruin books. Okay. So, remember how they mentioned Owain? He was made tranquil.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
Are you really a tranquil mage?
I voluntarily submitted to the rite of tranquility. I was unwilling to undergo the harrowing. I find this state agreeable.
You actually like being this way?
I see the world with clarity. I remember the days when my mind was filled with inconvenient and seething emotions. Now things are simple.
What was becoming tranquil like?
It is difficult to describe. I would perhaps compare it to being plunged into a pool of ice-cold water.
What happened during the Rite of Tranquility?
I was ordered to never speak of it. I cannot go against the Circle's wishes.
This is an unfortunate statement. And now you are no longer a person.
My body is similar in form to yours, possessing an equal number of limbs, appendages, and internal organs. I perform the same physical functions. My mind is capable of higher thought processes. Am I to be denied personhood because I do not feel as you do?
Well, no, but you're not being denied personhood by me. You have no agency. You have no will of your own. A person is more than just physical parts.
I have thoughts and memories. I remember my past, my childhood in the tower, and my apprenticeship. These experiences defined me. My lack of emotion simply adds to what is already there.
Yeah, they elaborate further in, as certainly the next game, that this is not a state that is agreeable. My statement was rude. I apologize.
I do not have the capacity to be offended. Still, I believe I am a person.
I should go now.
Very well. Goodbye.
Your mentors must be happy for you. You passed the Harrowing.
Is there something you need? You must speak to Owain.
If you want something from the stockroom, you must speak to Owain.
Yes, they all talk like that.
It is unfortunate.
Huh?
It is unfortunate.
Alright. Where am I?
As you desire.
Oh, the library. Oh, hey, you're in your chair.
Ah, it's great to see you. It's always sad when an apprentice fails the Harrowing.
Okay. I'm gonna raid the storage cabinet. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. I'm not gonna take the frost rock, because that's not necessary. Senior Enchanter Leora.
Oh, it's you. I hear Irving's looking for you.
Yeah, so I hear.
Ah, this is infuriating. Another batch destroyed. Say, have you seen Owain? Is he in the stockroom?
Yes, I just spoke to him.
Oh, excellent. He wasn't there last I looked. I hope he still has some cinnabar lying around. When I asked last week, he said he was running out.
Okay, I guess that conversation's over.
I'd avoid Leora if I were you. She's been rather testy lately.
Why?
Who knows? I'm not going to ask her why she's irritable. Women hate those kind of questions.
Excuse me? Excuse me? What was that?
Hope you're having a good day.
No, fuck you! Women hate those kinds of questions. Excusez-moi? Sexist. Maleficarum. That refers to a very oh, that's that. Hi. Bye. I'll talk to you in a second. Armoire. Buckle of the Winds. Yet another one of these. That's great. Hi, Mage. Oh.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't hear you come in. I'm sorry. I'm terribly busy right now. I have to prepare the room before the Grey Warden is done at his meeting with Irving.
You know what's funny about the sexism in this game? And it's actually hilarious to me, but like... So, they try to say that basically women are on relatively equal footing with men, but they constantly remark on women in the military. What? Women in charge of things? Women are, you know how women are, wink wonk. But like, the religious system in this world actually is entirely reliant on women being in higher ranks. In fact, the highest religious rank in the entire faith is always a woman.
Yeah, mainly because their Christ figure is a woman.
That is very true. So, Grey Warden! Huh. There's a Grey Warden here?
Yes, Duncan his name is. He must be here to talk to Irving about something important. You know, I almost became a Grey Warden once.
Uh-huh. Really?
There were several of us chosen, though the Grey Wardens only wanted one recruit. They only ever have one mage, you see.
That makes no
I think
sense.
They thought I was the best candidate, but I was young and foolish, and I said I wasn't interested. They picked someone else instead, and that was that. I've regretted it ever since. Oh well, I should get back to my work.
I guess. Thank you for kneeling to me, peasant. Okay. I am not role-playing as my character, by the way. In case it's not obvious, she's actually not supposed to be like I am. I'm doing things for the funnies. Apprentice cowl. That might actually be useful to pop on over my head. Yes. Oh, no, I don't want... I don't want that. Hang on. Where... subtitles... show... I do not want tutorials. Where is the... Well, but I don't want the head... I don't want the hats on the head. I don't want it to show the hat. Plot assistance off. That's good. Thank you. Enable persistent gore. Save automatically. Conversations show damage to party. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna have a fucking head that's this. I don't like it. I'm sorry, you cut out there, dude.
You wanted the cowl, so...
Yeah, but not now.
Ah, there you are. You are to be moved out of the apprentices' dormitory, and these are to be your new quarters. The Tranquil will move your belongings this afternoon. Go on, make yourself comfortable.
I wish I could. I really can't. It's not very comfortable because I can't get in the bed.
I heard that you completed the Harrowing in record time.
Of course I did. It's me.
I should have been sent to help the King's army. I dislike being stuck here while something big is happening.
The King's army, you say? People are coughing. Always a good sign. Oh, acolyte staff. Okay. Oh, hey, Cullen. So this is interesting. You see, there's a slight difference in this game depending on if you are male or female when you talk to Cullen. He has a very different response to you if you're male.
Oh, hello. I'm glad to see your harrowing went smoothly.
Did you start to say something else there? Nice sound clip, dude. Tip top. The king doesn't like to hear bitching. You're not wrong. No, actually, he loves to hear bitching. Hello, Cullen. Why are you stuttering?
What? I'm fine. I'm just glad you're all right, you know?
I knew I would not fail my harrowing.
You've always been so confident, or so I hear. I've heard of failed harrowings, and the consequences were unpleasant.
I shouldn't distract you from your duties.
Oh, you're not distracting? I mean, you are, but, well, you're not. I mean, you can talk to me anytime if you want. Yes. Maybe we can talk another time.
Ah, damn it.
You can, come.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna actually reload, because I want to have a different... I forget the exact requirements to...
Oh, hello. I'm glad to see your harrowing went smoothly.
Hello, Cullen.
They picked me as the Templar to strike the killing blow if you became an abomination. It's nothing personal, I swear.
If it were something personal.
I'm just glad you're all right, you know?
If it were personal, I would have a problem. Would you really have struck me down?
I would have felt terrible about it. But I serve the Chantry and the Maker, and I will do as I am commanded.
Oh, no, I shouldn't have that installed still, so maybe we could go elsewhere and continue our discussion?
Elsewhere? What do you mean?
I've seen the way you look at me.
Oh, my goodness. If you're saying what I think, well, that would be really inappropriate, and... Ooh, I couldn't. I should go.
Look at that boy run! Look at that boy run for his life.
Gotta go fast.
Oh my god, he is such a pure boy.
God.
I mean, it's adorable, but it doesn't be... Speaking of adorable cat... he's dropping his...
that Grey Warden? I hear he's trying to recruit a mage for his order.
He's dropping his paw in front of the screen, and I was confused for a second because there was something black blocking the screen, and I was like, oh.
As you desire.
Private documents? Mmm, delicious. Those would be perfect nutrition when I'm on the... Whoa, whoa, cat. Whoa, cat. Whoa, cat! I think I skipped this one earlier. Yes, I did. Okay. I keep hitting E because I'm used to the controls for Stardew. So, yeah. Book. The Rite of Annulment. I'm gonna actually take a look at this one. In the 83rd year of the Glory Age, one of the mages of the Navaran Circle was found practicing forbidden magic. The Templars executed him swiftly, but this brewed discontent among the Navara Circle. The mages made several magical attacks against the Templars, vengeance for the executed mage, but the Knight Commander was unable to track down which were responsible. 3 months later, the mages summoned a demon and turned it loose against their Templar watchers. Demons, however, are not easily controlled. After killing the first wave of Templars who tried to contain it, the demon took possession of one of its summoners. The resulting abomination slaughtered Templars and mages both, before escaping into the countryside. The Grand Cleric sent a legion of Templars, Grand Cleric being among one of the highest positions for people in the religious faith, sent a legion of Templars to hunt the fugitive. They killed the abomination a year later, but by that time it had slain 70 people. Divine Galatea, divine being the Pope, basically, responding to the catastrophe in Navarra and hoping to prevent further incidents, granted all to the Grand Clerics of the Chantry the power to purge a circle entirely, if they rule it irredeemable. This rite of annulment has been performed 17 times in the past 700 years. The rite of annulment is striking down, killing every last mage in the tower. And I don't just mean the adults. They kill the children too.
It's Order 66.
Yeah. Maybe we're the cat. Yes,
what
well...
if we were all...
My God. You're cutting out a lot. Well, anyway. Oh, good! So this is one of my favorite conversations.
Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker. Blessed are the penitents who seek his return. Blessed is the prophetess, purified by flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition, so let it be. Oh, I didn't see you there. I recite the Maker's blessings every day. It brings me peace in troubled times.
Are you in trouble?
No, not really. It's just... I don't want to bore you with this.
It's alright, I want to know.
It gives me hope that one day the Maker will hear us. That maybe I'll be forgiven and my curse will be lifted.
Curse?
Magic. What else?
Magic isn't a curse.
Magic causes such misery. It's dangerous and vile and wicked. The Chantry must protect the world from us. Being born with something so terrible must be a punishment. I wish I could be rid of it.
You're brainwashed. Amazing. You could use your abilities to help people.
That doesn't take magic. If I could, I would dedicate my life to the Chantry, but they would never take me in. Perhaps this is just something I will have to suffer through. I should go. My mentor only allows a few minutes each day for religious contemplation.
So you only get a few minutes to yourself to even worship in your own fucking faith. Even when you are literally a brainwashed member with all of the internal mage phobia, literally you believe that you are being punished for who and what you are. And you only get 4 minutes to actually reinforce that. Well, okay.
Sound familiar, anyone?
Hi, Lily.
I heard about your harrowing. Congratulations. Andraste must have smiled upon you.
Yeah, sure, that's what happened. Andraste must have smiled upon me. Or maybe it's my own skill, bitch. Did you ever think of that? Maybe I am a skill. Ah. Alright. So I can't go up any further. And look at that. Knight Commander Gregor, First Enchanter Irving, and Duncan. Huh. I don't think they're actually walking around barefoot. They've got slippers. Anyway.
Many have already gone to Ostagar. Wynne, Aldred, and most of the senior mages. We've committed enough of our own to this war effort.
Your own? Since when have you felt such kinship with the mages, Gregor? Or are you afraid to let the mages out from under Chantry supervision, where they can actually use their Maker-given powers?
How dare you suggest?
Gentlemen, please. Irving, someone is here to see you.
You sent for me?
If it isn't our new sister in the circle. Come, child.
This is...
Yes, this is she.
Well, Irving, you're obviously busy. We will discuss this later.
Of course. Well, then, where was I? Oh, yes, this is Duncan of the Grey Wardens.
Pleased to meet you.
You've heard about the war brewing to the south, I expect. Duncan is recruiting mages to join the King's army at Ostagar.
Who are we fighting? Or, I would like to defend Ferelden.
With the Darkspawn invading, we need all the help we can get, especially from the Circle.
Huh. What are Darkspawn?
They are twisted monsters that dwell underground where the sun's light cannot touch them. They have formed into a horde in the Korkari Wilds and threaten to invade north into the valley. I fear if we don't drive them back, we may see another blight.
Duncan, you worry the poor girl with talk of blights and darkspawn. This is a happy day for her.
We live in troubled times, my friend.
We should seize moments of levity, especially in troubled times. The Harrowing is behind you. Your phylactery was sent to Denerim. You officially a mage within the circle of magi.
You okay there, buddy?
Is he ever?
He just started to slide down the other side of the tower.
He has become Puddle.
No, he Blackjack, no. Blackjack, sweetie. Hi, Sir Pounce. Blackjack, are you still there? Psst, psst, psst. Yeah, that's you. Blackjack. Oh, goodness.
Suddenly, cats.
Suddenly, Kitty is falling off the computer. The other one's
Wrecking
loud.
your setup.
Anyway, so I mentioned a blight. A blight is a terrible thing. A blight is when a whole bunch of darkspawn like to attack at once. Yes, I've missed these streams as well. Anyway.
Same.
And I've missed this game. Anyway. My phylactery?
You may not remember, but blood was taken from you when you first came to us. This blood is preserved within a phylactery.
So they can be hunted if they turn apostate.
We have few choices. The gift of magic is looked upon with suspicion and fear. We must prove we are strong enough to handle our power responsibly. You have done this. I present you with your robes, your staff, and a ring bearing the Circle's insignia. Wear them proudly, for you have earned them.
I'm glad to... Well, thank you.
It goes without saying that you shall not discuss the harrowing with those who have not undergone the rite. Now then, take your time to rest, or study in the library. The day is yours.
Can I leave the tower? Okay. I will do that.
I will return to my quarters.
Would you be so kind as to escort Duncan back to his room, child?
If I'm talking, it means that when I go quiet, someone else is talking, Griffin. And it ain't you!
Sorry. First of all, I've got like a half-minute lag between what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing from you. Secondly, like...
Who has a classic villain voice, Irving? He's played by Steve Bloom. Anyway.
So yes.
No! It would be my pleasure.
The guest quarters are on the east side of this floor, close to the library. Now, if you'll both excuse me, I have matters to discuss with Gregor.
Like how badly I'm going to fuck him tonight.
Wrong Twitch stream.
Don't dawdle. Alright, well, I'm gonna look at your books. Blood magic. Oh, you're following me? Hi, Duncan. You're just... Powerful-ass Grey Warden is following Lil Ol' May. Hi, can we talk?
Thank you for walking with me. I'm glad for the company.
I wanted to talk to you a little more.
Yes? What about?
Have there been many Darkspawn attacks?
A horde has formed within the Korkari Wilds in the south.
Yes, you said that.
If they are not stopped, they will strike north into the valley.
You also said that.
We Grey Wardens believe that an archdemon is leading the horde.
The fuck is an archdemon? Okay. Archdemon?
Darkspawn do attack the surface in ragtag bands, but archdemons are capable of rallying the Darkspawn, turning them into an unstoppable force. A horde of Darkspawn, a veritable army. It is dire news indeed. I fear this is what we will have to face.
That is a hell of a line to come back on, Lantern. I thought the Darkspawn were destroyed in the last blight.
We can't seem to eradicate them completely. Somehow they always come back.
And the king is mustering an army to beat back this threat?
Yes. Perhaps it will be enough if we play our cards right.
Why were Irving and Gregor arguing about the war?
It is not my place to comment.
Please, I'd like to know.
Gregor serves the Chantry, and the relationship between the Chantry and mages has always been strained. You've realized by now that the Chantry merely tolerates magic? They watch only because they feel they must.
Yes, but they were arguing about the war.
Any mages who join the King's army can unleash their full power on the Darkspawn. In fact, I'm counting on it. Gregor may be afraid of what will happen. What if the mages decide they no longer want to be governed by the Chantry?
I mean, the thing is, you can still be very diplomatic and swear the fucking, hell of a storm. Anyway. What are your opinions on the matter?
I believe we must defeat the Darkspawn, one way or another. My opinions end there.
That's fair. We should continue on our way.
Yes, let's.
But also, I'm going to talk to you again.
Yes, shouldn't we move along?
I wanted to talk to you a little more.
Yes? What about?
What do Grey Wardens do?
Our duty is to battle Darkspawn wherever they appear. We are elves, humans, and dwarves united by this common purpose.
We should continue on our way. Or wait, there been many blah blah.
A horde has formed within the Corcup. We Grey Wardens believe that an archdemon is leading the horde. A horde of Darkspawn, a veritable army. It is dire news indeed. I fear this is what we will have to face.
I've heard about Darkspawn sightings, but an entire horde.
They usually move around in small groups, but there are always more of them, lurking underground, biding their time.
Huh. Oh, let's just be off. I'd rather not think about it.
Avoiding a problem does not make it disappear. The Darkspawn are a real threat we cannot ignore. But standing around talking solves nothing. Let us go.
I mean, I want to keep talking to you, and this is actually one of the origins where you get a hell of a lot more talking out of him. Where am I going? Is this the room? No. You want to speak up about when you're at your room? Is this the room? No, this is my room.
Thank you for
there
escorting
me. Oh, I should probably also level up at some point.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, because I gained a level. Let's see. Magic. Okay. You can see here also specializations. Those are unique fields, well, specializations. They give you unique abilities and skills and can be really handy. They can also add certain stats to the character as well. And we'll discover more about them as we play through this game. Alright, lightning! Yes! Lightning! Also, hey, Duncan.
Is there something else I can do for you?
What's happening outside the tower?
Ah, I imagine you don't leave very often, do you?
Not exactly. Apprentices are not allowed to leave.
I am not a good source of news, I fear. I am preoccupied with the Darkspawn incursion.
How many mages have joined the King's army?
When the King sent out the call, the Circle of Ferelden sent only 7 mages to Ostagar. I asked King Kaelin's permission to come and seek a greater commitment from the Circle.
Well, how many mages could you possibly need?
I hope to place a mage or 2 within every contingent. I cannot do with just 7. Mages will make all the difference in this battle. The Darkspawn have their own magic, and our resources must exceed theirs.
Do you think I could join the army?
I don't know. Do you?
Yes, I think I could help.
Then perhaps I shall speak to Irving about this later. Darkspawn are a greater threat than blood mages, even abominations. It takes decades for the world to recover from a blight. I wish the Chantry could see that. We must stop at nothing to defeat the Darkspawn. Listen to me. An old man's rantings can't be very interesting.
I learned much from what you said.
You are too kind.
Have you ever seen someone use blood magic?
Once, in my youth, just after I joined the Grey Wardens. I was traveling with my mentor. We encountered a group of Templars hunting a blood mage. They were quite far away, so I cannot be sure of what I saw. He forced some of the Templars to turn on their fellows. It was dreadful to behold. He would have escaped had he not overlooked one Templar who snuck up behind him and cleaved his head in 2.
I'm sure he was just trying to survive.
It is something to consider, certainly.
Do you know anything about the Tranquil?
The mages whose connection to the Fade has been severed? Why do you ask?
I'm curious as to what non-mages think of it.
It keeps them and those around them safe. Perhaps the sacrifice is worthwhile. I cannot say.
Can you tell me more about Grave Wardens and Darkspawn?
Certainly. I am intimately familiar with these subjects after all.
Intimately familiar. Have there been many Darkspawn attacks? I've
formed
already
within
asked that
We
question.
Grey Wardens believe that an We can't seem to eradicate them completely. Of course. Don't let me keep you.
Right, okay. Well, thanks, Duncan. That's creepy, Jowan. That is creepy. You're just standing out there. The fuck, man?
I mean, what else has he got to do?
Ah!
I caught up to you. Are you done talking with Irving?
I think I am for now.
I need to talk to you. Do you remember what we discussed this morning?
Of course I do.
We should go somewhere else. I don't feel safe talking here.
You're starting to worry me, Jowan.
I've been troubled. I'll explain. Come with me, please.
Look at this idiot. Because that's ultimately what it comes down to.
We should be safe here.
I mean...
In the chapel, the Templar's favorite haunt?
We can see the door from here. If anyone comes, we'll change the subject.
Jowan, what's going on?
A few months ago, I told you that I met a girl. This is Lily.
Wow! An initiate? That's forbidden now. My condolences, Lily.
Very funny. Lily's been given to the Chantry. She's not allowed to have relations with men. If anyone finds out, we'll both be in trouble.
Well, you can trust me. I won't tell anyone.
Thank you. I knew you'd stand by me.
Great, get married, has some kids. Can I go now? So what is this all about?
Remember I said that I didn't think they wanted to give me my harrowing? I know why. They're going to make me tranquil. They'll take everything that I am from me. My dreams, hopes, fears, my love for Lily. All gone.
That sounds terrible.
They'll extinguish my humanity. I'll just be a husk, breathing and existing, but not truly living.
Alright. Take care, guys, and have fun streaming.
Yeah.
Anyway. How did you find out about this?
I saw the document on Gregor's table. It authorized the right on Jowan, and Irving had signed it.
Why would they do this to you?
There's a rumor about me. People think I'm a blood mage. They think that making me a circle mage will endanger everyone.
And are they right about that?
Of course not. But it's not safe here for me anymore.
It's going to be all right.
No, it won't. They're going to destroy me. I won't put Lily through the pain of seeing me like that.
What are you going to do?
I need to escape. I need to destroy my phylactery. Without it, they can't track me down. We need your help. Lily and I can't do this on our own.
Give us your word that you will help, and we will tell you what we intend.
You have my word, Lily.
Thank you. We will never forget this.
So what do you intend to do?
I can get us into the repository, but there is a problem. There are 2 locks on the phylactery chamber door. The first enchanter and knight commander each hold 1 key. But it is just a door. There is power enough in this place to destroy all of Ferelden. What's a door to mages?
What if it's a magical door?
We have no choice. We cannot get our hands on both keys. I once saw a rod of fire melt through a lock. You could get one from the stockroom, but Owain doesn't release such things to apprentices.
Huh. I will go to the stockroom and retrieve this rod.
We should stay here. One mage at the stockroom will attract less attention than a mage, an apprentice, and an initiate.
Yeah? Good idea.
Good luck. Our prayers go with you.
Thanks for your prayers, traitor. Oh yeah, also I got mage robes, which are just a different color robe.
Yeah.
Okay, I can probably plop a ring on. That's fine. Alright. So, we have a new quest. And this can actually be handled any number of ways. But let's go to the stockroom now to see what happens if we try to get our hands on a rod of fire.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
I need a rod of fire.
Rods of fire serve many purposes. Why do you wish to acquire this particular item?
I need the rod for my research into burning things.
Here is the form, Request for Rod of Fire. Have it signed and dated by a senior enchanter. I will release a rod to you once I have the signed form.
Why can't you give it to me right now?
It is procedure. I need a senior mage's authorization to release an item. Thank you.
Thank you. That was an interesting reading. So, I need to get a senior enchanter's signature. There are a few ways to do this. One way is, remember how senior enchanter Leora is having issues with, well, she's having issues apparently. There's actually a whole quest that you can do in here, where you can go into these tunnels and you can fight a bunch of spiders and all of that, and she'll sign it for you without any questions asked. I'm not going to do that. I forget all of the various ways. I know that there's also like an old man that you can talk to, and I could have sworn that there was someone else. I'm very good at this. Oh well. Anyway. But the way that I'm going to be doing things, as I run around in circles, yes, I know that's entertaining. Watch me run around and fuck everything up.
Well, you're a rebel, so.
Such a rebel. Hey, let me up there.
The first enchanter said not to let anyone through this door, and I don't question my orders.
Well, I need to get a senior enchanter's signature. Well, you don't get much more senior than the first enchanter.
I trust you saw Duncan back to his quarters?
Yes. Why did you ask me to do that?
I wanted you to meet Duncan. He's a most honorable man.
I agree. It was my privilege to have met him.
Grey Wardens are peerless warriors who sacrifice all for our sakes. We can learn much from them. Now, did you need something?
Why do you have books on blood magic on your desk?
I've removed them from the library. I was advised it might be unwise to leave them where any apprentice may read them. They will be put away somewhere very safe. Now, is there anything else?
When is Jowan going through the harrowing?
When he is ready.
Jowan fears that he is going to be made tranquil.
And how does he know this? I suppose the young initiate he dallies about with revealed it to him. You think I didn't know? I did not become first enchanter by keeping my eyes and ears shut.
Please, I beg you, don't do this to Jowan.
Gregor says he has proof and eyewitness testimony that Jowan has been practicing blood magic I cannot say more. Were it left to me, things might be different. But the Chantry, I'm sorry, child. This rite of tranquility will happen.
So, blood magic in this story is summoning demons. Like, literally, you tap into the power of demons using the power of your blood. It makes it all the more likely that they'll simply just take over at some point, and the more you use it, the more likely you are to summon a demon directly and have that demon possess you. So, it's really, really, really not a good idea to fuck with blood magic.
It's kind of taboo.
Well, then you must know that Jowan plans to escape the circle.
Oh, interesting. What more do you know?
Jowan and Lily are plotting to destroy Jowan's phylactery.
Yes, she must be helping him. She would know more about the repository than he would. Do you know anything else?
Yes, Lily told me and I promised to help.
I suspected Lily would tell him of the impending rite if she found out. But I never expected they would have the gall to break into the repository.
What will you do with Jowan?
Reporting him to Gregor and the Templars will accomplish nothing beyond what's already planned. If the Circle must punish one of its own, I will see the Chantry done the same courtesy. Lily will not walk free while my apprentice suffers.
Lily is just trying to save the man she loves.
She is also breaking every vow she ever took.
What are you getting at?
If we mention her involvement, the Chantry will say that she was framed. Oh, she must be caught in the act.
You're using Lily to get back at the Chantry.
If you want to survive, you must learn the rules and realize that sometimes sacrifices are necessary. Jowan will become tranquil, but Lily must also face the consequences of her actions. How did you learn of their plan? Do they trust you?
Stop telling him things. Well, the thing is... I'm sorry, but...
I love how they're calling you a double agent.
Why do you denounce him? You double agent.
Poor Dawn.
They asked me to help them break into the repository.
Perfect. Will you return to them and carry out their scheme? With solid proof of their crime, we can act.
Then I need you to sign this form.
A rod of fire. Why do you... I understand. Trying to break through the door this way. Interesting.
What's interesting?
The phylactery chamber door is warded and resists all magic worked upon it.
Elevian. That's an interesting version of Evelyn. I'm sorry, Dawn, but...
It's just gotta be this way, Dawn.
I mean, some of this is also retroactive from knowledge that I know later on, but also because this is what Evelyn would do. She believes very much in First Enchanter Irving and has had her suspicions about Jowan for a while. If there is eyewitness testimony and suspicions of Jowan being involved in blood magic, then that's very serious, because that's a situation that can get out of control very, very quickly in a tower like this.
Snitches give other people stitches.
What am I supposed to do then?
Not easy breaking into a locked chamber, is it? Still... yes. The phylactery chamber shares a wall with the artifact vault. Age and dampness seeping up from the ground have weakened a segment of it. You can break down this part of the wall to gain entrance into the chamber.
How would I do this?
We have an old Tiventer device in the vault. It may have been used for defense, or possibly entertainment. It amplifies spells. Use the rod on this artifact and aim it at the wall.
Okay. Why are you so discriminatory against him for his voice, Don?
I think you might be biased a little bit.
Won't someone hear that?
The repository is deep within the tower. It's unlikely anyone will hear anything except a muffled rumbling. Besides, odd noises are quite commonplace here.
Don't drop things. Also, yeah, you're not wrong, Dork Princess. Huh. You know more about these things than I do.
One more thing. Do not be quick to suggest there is another way in. I don't want Lily and Jowan to suspect. Make it seem like you came up with the idea yourself. Here is the form with my stamp. Owen will release the
Your stamp, but I needed your signature. Your signature, Irving!
It's a signature stamp.
I know. But, yeah, 'tis unfortunate. But I'm gonna have to go with the whole let's not encourage blood magic thing.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Circle's stockroom of magical items. My name is Owain. How may I assist you?
Here's the signed form for the Rod of Fire.
Everything looks to be in order.
Yes,
Here
it's the
is
first
rod you
enchanter.
requested.
Thank you for that hot rod. I notice you're not complaining over there. Where? I am lost. I have made Dawn so mad at me. Oh goodness. Okay.
I hate waiting. It makes me nervous.
I have the Rod of Fire.
That was quick.
To the repository, then. Freedom awaits.
Yay!
Thank you for your help. Freedom is so close, I can almost taste it.
Right. Alright. Let's see, do I have any equipment for you? I mean, I suppose... give you a dagger? And... no, I suppose you can take one of these. Acolyte staff versus the magic staff. Okay, the Acolyte staff appears to have a little bit more damage to it. Yeah. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take us through the opening, because I know that this is technically quite a bit after I started streaming today. Alright. Oh, wrong direction. But we are, well, probably about half an hour or so away from the end of the first leg of the story. Did you block me, Lily? Really? Well, now I'm going to betray you on principle.
Get in the way of my shit, get hit.
Exactly. Hey, Jowan, wait, hang on. Want to see a cool trick? Want to see a cool trick? Look at me, I'm levitating. Whee! Anyway. All right. So, I'm gonna do a quick save. Da 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 da. Oh yeah. Well, it is definitely very OG for me. This was one of the first things that I ever really recorded for my channel, so I'm revisiting it For good reason, too. Alright.
The Chantry calls this entrance the Victim's Door. It is built of 277 planks, one for each original Templar. It is a reminder of all the dangers those cursed with magic pose.
How do you know this?
Initiates must learn the Circle's history if they are to work with Templars and mages.
But how do we get past it?
The doors can be opened only by a Templar and a mage entering together. The Chantry provides the password, which primes the ward, and the mage touches it with mana to release it.
I trust you have the password?
Yes, I got it from a Templar who recently accompanied a mage into the vault.
And he wasn't suspicious of you?
We have chatted on many occasions. I believe he trusts me.
So what must I do?
First, the password. Sword of the Maker, Tears of the Fane.
I heard something.
The password only primes the door. Now it must feel the touch of mana. Any spell will do, but hurry.
Alright, so I'm just gonna wave my hands and make magic happen. You just, like, stared at Lily the entire time, Evelyn.
I mean, guess she's mystified by the boob window.
What boob window?
The one, like, just beneath the symbol on her chest.
There's no boob
Isn't that
window.
opening?
No,
Oh.
that's also cloth.
Oh, okay. I guess, because, like, I guess the pixels are so bad, because I can only watch this on the lowest setting.
Uh-huh.
Because my internet is garbage.
Yeah. Use the rod on the locks. You use the rod on the locks, but nothing happens.
What's the matter? Why isn't
I'll let
it
you
working?
make your own jokes, chat.
Try the rod again. Nothing happens.
Lily, something's not right. I can't cast spells here. Nothing works.
These wards carved into the stone. This must be the Templars' work. They negate any magic cast within this area. I should have guessed. Why would Gregor and Irving use simple keys for such a door? Because magical keys don't work. How do you keep mages away from something? Make their powers completely worthless. That's it then. We're finished. We can't get in.
Oh yes, Dawn is pointing out that you apparently live in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. That will definitely. Oh! But, how long is that for?
Oh, are we giving that away?
I don't know, do you want to talk about that, or?
Well, I mean, I suppose it doesn't hurt much to say that my living situation may not be as static for very long.
That's fair to say.
Yeah.
Alright. There must be another entrance.
You mean through that door?
That door probably leads to another part of the repository. What are the chances of there being another entrance?
Well, it's worth a try.
We can't get into the chamber the way we planned, but we're not about to give up. We can see where this door leads, but I don't think it'll be easy. It looks locked for one.
Well, the rod will work on those locks, shouldn't it?
Yes, let's hope they haven't warded that door as well.
Let's hurry, we've wasted enough time.
Okay.
I'm not giving up, we've come too far.
Whoa, whoa, hi. Okay. Cutscene interrupting Jowan, that's nice. Oh, that's not good indeed. Huh. Lily is a rogue. Her training makes it so that dirty fighting is a rogue-specific skill. Lily is a thief. Whoa! Hey, fuckers! I have money!
Brag about it, I want to. I
Is
didn't
that
say
so?
you.
Oh, okay, more money. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna need money. I've literally only the 22 coppers that I have looted from their bodies. Chest! Ooh, a magic staff. Is that better than what I've got? No, it's exactly the same as what I already have. Okay. Alright, well, we may as well just grab stuff while we're here. Hi! Ah, ah, ah! Ah! Okay, you're dead now. Chest! Oh, Lyrium potion, that's good. Whoa, whoa, I don't want to... No. Apprentice cowl. Well, you know what? Hang on a sec. Hey, Jowan. You want something for your head? How about my fist?
I was gonna say, how about some ice?
Ice cold! Okay.
Sure.
Oh, good! Demonic growling!
What could go wrong?
Oh, you can do magic. I can't wait to get out of here. These things are not of the Maker, says Lily. I mean, gee, it's almost like the people that run this joint are doing something terrible. Deep Stalker?
I think you may be reading too much between the lines there.
Why am I so mean to her? Oh, Deep Stalkers! Do you know why they're called Deep Stalkers?
They stalk, and when they do, they stalk. I don't always stalk, but when I do, it's Dosakis.
Anyway, Deep Stalkers are so called because they come from the deep.
So I shall.
AKA underground.
AKA fucking hell.
Large clear crystal. Alright, gonna shove stuff into my inventory. That's cool. Oh, hi. Why are you growling at me with demonic growlings again? Okay. Chest.
Lovely.
Lovely. Ephemeralist's built. Okay. Well, it's stuff I can sell. Oh, by the way, may I point out, this is what lies underneath everything in this place. You see how they've got fucking cages? Cages for mages.
New from Blammo.
New from Blammo. Cages for mages of all ages. Yes, even children get thrown in there.
From the makers of Log.
I paused and like all sound actually cut out, except for a sudden growl from one of the sentinels. And the growl is like, "Arrgh."
They are having none of your fourth wall breaking shit.
So look at this. This looks like a dungeon. With bones and bloodstains and corpses.
Dungeons? In my action RPG, it's more likely than you think.
Yeah, this is where they keep the mages after they first catch them out in the wild. This is where they drop them. Is there some reason why you're standing on a table, Jowan? Are you trying to copy me? Really?
I mean, you're a trendsetter, if nothing else.
I don't need another apprentice cowl. Although I did level up, so I should probably spend those points, huh? I think that'll do. Ooh.
That's a bit of an understatement, Dawn.
This place is awful, yeah? Let's see. Do I want to take...
I just love the idea of, like, some, like, modern-age teenagers walking through the dungeon. This place is awful, lol.
Oh. Ooh. Shock. Shock. How about you stop? Because stop.
This host is awful, lol.
Wow!
I was talking about me.
You're not a host, you're a bitch.
Co-host.
You're not a co-host, you're a bitch.
I mean, ¿por qué no los dos?
You are a beach. Oh, ow. Oh, that sucked.
Yeah. I suppose that would be my official title, Dawn.
He's co-bitch. Wow, you just called me a bitch. Thanks, Dawn.
I'm a real queen bitch.
Je suis co-bitch.
Another way into the phylactery chamber. Let's explore the repository.
Lovely.
Oh. Ooh. Ah. Ooh.
Like a fucking fireworks show.
The stuff. Lily, you're climbing on the furniture now, too. Okay. Huh. Statue.
There's something odd about that statue.
Huh. I wonder who this statue is.
Greetings.
Nope!
Maker's breath, did it just say something?
I am the essence and spirit of Eleni Zenobia, once consort and advisor to Archon Valerius. Prophecy, my crime. Cursed to stone for foretelling the fall of my lord's house.
What is it talking about?
Forever shall you stand on the threshold of my proud fortress, he said, and tell your lies to all who pass. But my lord found death at the hands of his enemies, and his once proud fortress crumbled to dust, as I foretold.
A Tevinter statue. Don't listen to it. The Tevinter lords dabbled in many forbidden arts. This is a wicked thing.
How did a Tevinter statue get here?
It must have been here for years. Look at the dust. I feel a little sorry for it. Her.
Weep not for me, child. Stone they made me, and stone I am, eternal and unfeeling. And I shall endure till the Maker returns to light their fires again.
What does that mean?
Ambiguous rubbish. It could mean anything. I can do it too. The sun grows dark, but lo, here comes the dawn.
Stop talking to it. Please, both of you.
Oh god, I love Jowan's line there. Look, I can do it too. The night is long, but lo, the sun. Here comes the sun. Alright, take care, Ubrina, and thank you again for your bits. That sounds like a really awkward way to say that. Thank you for your bits. Delicious bits. Okay. We can't do much with it anyway.
Come on, Jowan. Let's go.
Just Jowan, huh?
Wow, that old wall's about to come down any moment. I think the phylactery chamber is on the other side of the wall behind this bookcase.
The wall looks weak in spots here.
We should be able to find something that can knock some of the bricks loose.
But the bookcase is in the way.
If we work together, we can shift it. Come on.
We
just need to find a way to get through this wall.
Huh. Well, there's an artifact.
Use this with the rod. I'm sure it'll work. Hurry, the clock's ticking.
Well, I guess that did work.
This is the phylactery chamber. It worked.
Yay!
We must find Jowan's phylactery, quickly.
Oh my god, she's blood spattered. How?
Yep.
What here has blood?
Well.
It's a pity they've taken mine to Denerim.
Would you destroy yours too if it were here?
Well. No, it wouldn't be right.
Right.
The thing is, the way that I headcanon this character is that this is a person who has grown up very sheltered and very dedicated to her craft. She grew up in a world where she was isolated from everything, and while she may disagree with certain things, this has always been the way things are. This is why she is willing to believe the first enchanter when he says that Jowan has been up to naughty things. Hi, guys. Of course. Don't walk. Loot. Ooh.
That sounds like a shirt. Don't walk, loot.
That does sound like a t-shirt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, these here on the walls are phylacteries. They are containers of various bloods that were drawn from children brought to the circle. If you see the size of these containers, comparative to the size of these people, children were drained dry.
Good to the last drop.
Why is she the only one covered in blood? Because she's the only one actually doing melee. We're not near enough to them. Okay. Jowan's phylactery.
All right.
We weren't in the splash zone.
You see Jowan's phylactery in the corner of this case.
That's my phylactery! You found it! I can't believe this tiny vial stands between me and freedom.
Tiny?
So fragile. So easy just to be rid of it. To end its hold over me. And I am free.
I expected a larger room and many more phylacteries.
Only apprentice phylacteries are stored in the Circle Tower. This tiny room could not hold the phylacteries of every mage who has passed through the tower doors.
Come on,
Music!
we're done here and we should leave.
Music, back off, please! Then, let us move on.
I do not want to stay here a moment longer.
Understandable. So, yeah. I guess we're able to open it pretty easily from this side. That's fine. Alright. Confess, OMG! You're so mad! Alright. Ah!
We did it! I can't believe it! Thank you. We could never have...
So what you said was true.
I assure you this isn't what it looks like.
An initiate conspiring with a blood mage. I'm disappointed, Lily. She seems shocked, but fully in control of her own mind. Not a thrall of the blood mage, then. You were right, Irving. The initiate has betrayed us. The Chantry will not let this go unpunished. And this one. Newly a mage and already flouting the rules of the Circle.
It's not her fault. This was my idea.
She is here under my orders, Gregor. I take full responsibility for her actions.
Wait, you led us into a trap?
I'm sorry.
Don't you dare speak to me.
Enough. As Knight Commander of the Templars here assembled, I sentence this blood mage to death.
Even the cats
and
are
this
crying over
initiate
this.
has scorned the Chantry and her vows. Take her to Aenar.
Kitty, no.
The Mage's prison. No. Please, no. Not there.
No! I won't let you touch her!
Huh!
By the Maker. Blood magic. How could you? You said you never...
I admit, I dabbled. I thought it would make me a better mage.
Blood magic is evil, Jowan. It corrupts people. Changes them.
I'm going to give it up. All magic. I just want to be with you, Lily. Please, come with me.
I trusted you. I was ready to sacrifice everything for you. I don't know who you are, Blood Mage. Stay away from me.
Now perhaps...
Where's Gregor?
I knew it. Blood magic. To overcome so many. I never thought him capable of such power.
Now perhaps you understand why I had no problem turning him over.
Lesson 1 of RPGs, Don. Trust no one.
Jowan said he wasn't a blood mage.
None of us expected this. Are you all right, Gregor?
As good as can be expected given the circumstances. If you had let me act sooner, this would not have happened. Now we have a blood mage on the loose and no way to track him down.
Yes, Jowan destroyed his phylactery.
Where is the girl?
I am here, sir.
You helped a blood mage. Look at all he's hurt.
Lily didn't know Jowan was a blood mage.
Save your breath. I can speak for myself. Knight Commander, I was wrong. I was accomplice to a blood mage. I will accept whatever punishment you see fit. Even Aenar.
Get her out of my sight. And you. You were in a repository full of magics that are locked away for a reason.
Did you take anything important from the repository?
Yes, the staff. And you can have it back if you like.
Huh. Some honesty, at last. But your antics have made a mockery of this circle. What are we to do with you?
Nothing. I was just doing as I was told.
As I said, she was working under my orders.
And this improves the situation. The phylactery chamber is forbidden to all save you and me.
I had my reasons.
You're not all-knowing, Irving. You don't know how much influence the Blood Mage might have had. How are we to deal with this?
Knight Commander, if I may, I'm not only looking for mages to join the King's army, I'm also recruiting for the Grey Wardens. Irving spoke highly of this mage, and I would like her to join the Warden ranks.
What? You've promised him a new Grey Warden?
She has served the Circle well. She would make an excellent Grey Warden.
We look for dedication in our recruits. Fighting the Darkspawn requires such dedication, often at the expense of all else.
I object. You say she operated under your instructions, Irving. But I do not trust her. I must investigate this issue, and I will not release this mage to the Grey Warden.
So, whatever background you pick, you inevitably get funneled into the same point, being recruited into the Grey Wardens, either willingly or unwillingly. You're in a circumstance where if you don't get recruited into the Grey Wardens, you basically die. Or in this case, you could get made tranquil. Harpot! Oh, Dawn, I love you.
He is.
So, I've always hoped to prove myself as a mage.
Rhaegar, mages are needed. This mage is needed. Worse things plague this world than blood mages. You know that. I take this young mage under my wing and bear all responsibility for her actions.
This mage does not deserve a place in the Order.
Why do we not reward service? This mage has served the Circle well. You have an opportunity few even dream of. Do not squander it.
Am I to leave the Circle forever?
The Circle never forgets its apprentices. But the Grey Wardens shall be your family now.
Thank you for everything, First Enchanter.
Come. Your new life awaits.
Bye, Gregor! Suck my dick! Okay.
I am outie 500. Peace.
Shh. Cutscene. If it wants to load.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
Did you call me a hoe?
King Kaelin. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Maybe if you stop calling me a hoe. Hi, Thor. You know, you're almost not even wrong.
I mean...
That's actually not a bad comparison. I love Kaelin for some things and absolutely hate him for others. Including the fact that he is very clearly a glory hound. But anyway. Might I know your name? I highly doubt it, but anything is possible. Anyway. I am Evelyn, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. I understand you hail from the Circle of Magi. I trust you have some spells to help us in the coming battle.
You know what's funny? He actually makes remarks depending on your origin. And the City Elf... the City Elf has a particular origin where you end up killing a noble and all of that stuff. And you can tell him that. Like, I was kidnapped by a noble whom I then killed. I forget the exact line. And Kaelin has this pause and then... What? Like, he's genuinely baffled by what he just heard. Like, yeah, I killed a noble and, you know, a whole bunch of guards, actually. I carved, like, a whole bloody trail through the entire, you know, castle. It was pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah. You're next, actually.
Well, I will do my best, of course.
Excellent. We have too few mages here. Another is always welcome. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar.
The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
How do you know? You know nothing about me. You're too kind, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
You sound very confident of that.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true Blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
This'll have to do? Okay.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
What would you have him do?
Wait for reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
By the way, Orlais is the French analog in this universe. It's also where the Divine resides, so the Pope resides in France. And actually, this is historically accurate because at one point, because there's also another Pope or Divine in Tevinter, which is an analog for Rome. So, interesting thing that. But anyway, a hot meal might be nice first.
I agree. We have until nightfall to begin the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Let's see. What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Okay. This seems like a safety hazard. I mean, I could literally just walk right through this. That's one hell of a fall. And yet some
security.
Yeah, well, there's an invisible wall there. Okay, I see. Anyway, this is a pretty good first leg of the story. So I think this is a pretty good place to call it for today. What do you guys think? Well, I don't really care what you think. I'm tired.
I mean,
It
at
has-
least you're being honest.
It has been a very long stream, including the pre-stream. So, obviously this is on a different day than usual, or at least has been in the past. That was too many cas. Anyway. So, I am planning to regularly stream on Saturdays. I do not entirely know exactly what time I'm going to stick to for right now. We can assume that it's going to be at 5 p.m. Central, which is my usual starting time. I might start bumping it up a little bit sooner, especially for those of you who are across the pond. And of course, every last one of my streams are going to be recorded and uploaded to my channel. However, for those of you who come and watch things live, there is a pre-stream that I'm planning to possibly keep up with, barring health problems. And that part will not be making it into whatever video I end up uploading to the channel. So, for those of you who are watching this after the fact, just know that you're missing out on all of the epic pre-stream time. But I really appreciate all you who came out today. I appreciate the people who contributed bits. It has actually made every little bit makes a big difference. And I just made the exact same joke that I have made before. Every little bit helps! It was really nice, says Dawn, who was yelling at me about betraying Jowan.
But I love Dawn to death. Like whenever we play anything and they're around, it's always a spectacular time.
Absolutely. So, for those of you who want to join the streams live, keep an eye on my Twitter and various social media, and I'll usually update about what time I'm going to be starting. But from now on, it is going to be hopefully pretty consistently on Saturdays, especially now that my health has somewhat stabilized. And yes, I'm going to be continuing through Dragon Age, and I'm going to be posting that to the channel. Hopefully we will get a very interesting insight into the mage path through this game, because things will be playing out a little bit differently than I have done in the past. Several things will probably be very similar, but I'm hoping to showcase a somewhat different playthrough, especially to help build a very interesting canon going through the games as they come out. Don't judge Dune! Dune!
Don.
Don.
Don sounds like Don's rap name.
Dune! Don.
Dune Don sounds like a Star Wars name.
You're not wrong. Anyway, thank you all for coming by and watching today, and I look forward to seeing you next week, next stream. Thank you again, Griffin, for joining me partway through.
My pleasure.
Most of the way through, really. And, yeah, I will see you guys next week.
Take care, everyone.